The international public with great interest apprehended the information about Alexander Borisenko's unique installation, which is able not only effectively clean harmful industrial waste, but extract useful substances out of it. This information about the unique installation was passed on to the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan. In March 2004, Nursultan Nazarbayev, at the meeting with the public, has invited the author of the invention to his residence in the capital, Astana. Well, this means that if we will develop it, this kind of scientifically technical invention can be implemented in the whole world. This will glorify Kazakhstan. Well, Nursultan Abishevich, this I think that everything has happened with God's will. You know, with God's will. Air is the culture of our civilization. It is free for everybody. I think that the most terrible part is that we, people, do not pay much attention to all of this. I shall look after it, Alexander. Let's start working on it. While the supporters and the critics of installation view all the pros and cons of the technology, the experimental laboratory of the scientists continues the active work on improving the technological process and creating new clearing modules. Only 2.5 years ago, the inventor Borisenko made his first official public announcement about his invention, completely shocking the scientific world, and then, without slowing down, demonstrated to the world the results of his intensive work, which without a doubt gained wide recognition. In a short period of time, 9 different types of the installation were made, with a diameter range of 1 to 5 meters. First modules B1, B2, B3 were tested in lab conditions, and at the same time the next module successfully passed the testings at the industrial site of Kazakhstan. In March 2003, the experimental installation B4 ionic filter underwent a series of tests at BGMK, Balkhash Metallurgical Factory. In June 2004, the plant was tested without stopping for 1.5 months at the Zhezkazgan Power and Heating Station of the Kazakhmys Corporation. The work of the plant was investigated by the Chemical Laboratory of the Kazakhmys Corporation. The lab results released the following data. The air clearing degree from dust and aerosol exceeds 99.95%. Degree of filtering CO gas is not less than 95%, and CO2 filtering is not less than 90%. The gas handling capacity of the experimental module at Zhezkazgan Power and Heating Plant was 6,000 cubic meters an hour, with the average power consumption of 400 kilowatts. In September 2005, the new module B9 was successfully tested at Karaganda's heavy machinery smelting factory of Kazakhmys Corporation. At the same time, in the laboratories of Absolute Kazakhstan Company's metalwork factory, the great deal of work is being done to establish the technological production line for pure carbon extraction of various modifications, from ultra-dispersed powder to different types of fullerenes, including C60 and C70, with mass content of 10%. Today, in the coal-burning facility of Kazakhmys Corporation's heavy machinery smelting factory, the new and improved industrial module starts operating. This present installation has the gas handling capacity of 60,000 cubic meters an hour, with the average power consumption of 45 kilowatts. Before the operation of the installation, we took the gas and dust samples, and we took samples on presence of CO, dioxide, carbon, with our gas detectors. Here at the top of the tube you can see green coloring, and quite a lot of it. After the gas went through the installation, the taken sample doesn't change the color. The same results with a sample of sulfur dioxide. Before the operation of the installation, the sample turned white, which shows the presence of SO2. The sample taken after installation doesn't change color. The same results are with nitrogen. So as you can see, the results are quite amazing. Well, today I can say that by looking at these results which were received with our detectors at the moment after the launch of the installation, we didn't detect anything except for the presence of oxygen. That means that nitrogen, carbon dioxide and sulfur were not present after the smoke was filtered through this installation. I would like to see this kind of installation working all over Kazakhstan, because protection of the health of our population is our main goal. From dust, from CO2, it is everything. Ecology improves, the health of the people, there will be less illnesses. In the world practice, for the first time, we have this kind of installation that has such efficiency of cleaning. That's why I think that Kazakhstan is leading with this technology. And this development should be supported not only by the president, but also here. It should get necessary financing and support. I think that everybody should be welcoming it. This is a revolutionary filter not only for Kazakhstan, but for the whole world as well. There are no parts in this installation that can be worn out, which is absolutely amazing. If you look at it from one side, there is a very complicated process happening in this installation. On the other side, it is very simple. Air gets purified and we receive very valuable materials which can be used in many areas. This filter can be very vital for Europe because our ecological norms are quite demanding. I will implement this technology in Germany. The development of the technology that cleans harmful gases attracted Russian attention. The Russian Academy presented the Lomonosov Award to the author of the unique installation and chose Alexander Borisenko as a corresponding member of the International Engineering Academy. The installation attracted a great interest not only in CIS countries but also overseas. More than 1,000 people from different countries visited the experimental laboratory, wishing to see the unusual invention. Nobody lives indifferent after the moment when in a closed area rubber gets burned and the installation catches the smoke, leaving clean air in the area. Then we observe the experiment. While the rubber is being burned, the installation is switched off and smoke starts to escape from the top. After a few seconds, the installation is switched on again and smoke disappears. This fact cannot be criticized even by skeptics. The effective results that come from the work of this installation attract great interest from local and foreign industrialists. The installation is protected by the Patent Cooperation Treaty in 60 countries. Whilst we're using coal or burning crude oil, we have to eliminate the side effects. Alexander Borisenko started this hard work. When we will destroy, and I emphasize this word, all of our coal resources, and we are destroying it, as well as eliminating crude oil, surely there will be no need for such installations. I'll tell you that we need them right now. And we have to use all of our possibilities to perfect them, to modify them, to save the ecology for the humanity. This is the opinion of a respected scientist, Doctor of Chemical Science, Professor Ivan Kyrillos, who was Alexander Borisenko's opponent on his dissertation work.
I too am impressed with the technology. At first, when you see the design, it looks quite simple and one wonders if the simplicity will actually work. But as you can see from the operating model, it works quite well. So it's a very impressive system.
I'm impressed with the new technology and the new way of thinking about how to clean up the air. It's very impressive. It's simplistic, but gets the job done.
I think this technology could clearly demonstrate your technical prowess, shall we say, your technical ability for cleaning up the air. It's your patent, your idea, and I think it could clearly put Kazakhstan on the map for a clean air environment.
The unique installation doesn't leave anyone indifferent. It gains more and more supporters, which is very logical and reasonable. It can clean the atmosphere, save the living world, and it can solve the global problem of the humanity to get new alternative energy resources.